everyone! Welcome to the very long-awaited Animal Crossing New Horizons Island Tour. Everyone has been begging for this, definitely. I'm not making that up. So, finally we're gonna go through with it. This is my vaguely Hyrule-inspired, Legend of Zelda-inspired island. And before I forget, which I technically already did because this is days later. If you want to join me on a tour of my own island, my dream address is on the screen. By the way, I haven't really touched this island in years, and I don't have a lot of the new stuff that came out with that expansion. I just have very few items, so just don't expect anything too grand. This was just for fun. This is technically the first stop, which would be Castle Town, but it's a very poorly done Castle Town. We don't really need to go through that just yet. This is the first main part of the island. The front part is just kind of like a vague forest. There's a lot of different Zelda references throughout different Zelda games, and I'm not really gonna go over all of them, but if you look on the, just look around a little bit, you'll see different references. So the first area we're gonna go through is going to be Kokiri Forest, right? That's what, yeah, Kokiri Forest. I had to dress to the occasion, and the first thing that we're gonna stop by to see is a very not well executed reference to how they live in tree houses up, up on top, right? And yeah, I'm sure I could have done this better, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So they're just up on a second floor pretty much. And the two villagers that live there are Kyle and Marshall, because one is a wolf and one is a squirrel. And I'm like, yeah, they live in the forest. This is a pond. This is the pond from Majora's Mask. Yeah, there's a quest where there's a bunch of different frogs you have to get from the frog choir. You have to get them all to meet up at a pond and sing a song or whatever. So the lily pads are not at all in the position that they are in the game, but the frogs are in a relatively correct position, technically, or order. And then right to the right of the pond is the general store where you can buy larvae for fishing, empty bottles, an ocarina, deku nuts, and a slingshot. So I try to go for items that you can actually find in the general store in a majority of Zelda games. And then the shop behind the general store is the potion shop that is run by the twin witches from Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, the ones that make up Twin Rova. So that's where they are making potions. Behind everything is the campsite, which is, just a campsite because you have to have one on your island. And then I put the other little tents next to it, so it's an actual campsite. If you go down the beach, there is a very empty Lurelin village from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. It is a very, it's like a beach village. It's very heavy on fishing, so that is why there's so much different types of fish on that, what is it? Pier right there, deck, whatever. And then these are the little huts. I wanted to put more effort into Lurelin Village, but I didn't. So that's what it looks like. And then next to Lurelin Village is, what's her name? Tetra. Tetra's ship from Wind Waker and probably other games. It's docked. It's right there on the shore. So she's there. It's kind of hard to see, but the actual costume behind the wheel, behind the steering, whatever, is actually Tetra's outfit. And then the outfit on the bottom, I don't remember if it's an actual outfit, but it looks very similar to, what's his name? There's a guy on the ship and he dresses like that, so that's him. We might as well go to the other beach at the front of the island. It's not fully done. It was one of the areas I wanted to finish before getting this video out, but I never did it, so it's fine. So this part is a little ruins created by the Calamity, and there's a treasure chest there that I wasn't really able to reach yet. And then there's some, I forgot if it's Malice or Gloom. It's Malice, right, in Breath of the Wild. And then there is a enemy camp right next to it. So yeah, that's it. Nothing too important there, just kind of generalized stuff. And then before I forget, there actually is a little corner tucked in Kokiri Forest where Agatha lives. Like I said, everything is kind of just mixed matched together, so nothing really makes sense. But yeah, Agatha from Twilight Princess lives at the very edge of Kokiri Forest for no reason other than she likes bugs, and there's a lot of bugs there. So I have a lot of the bugs, like trophies and whatever from like the bug catch events there. So like centipedes and all those things. It was perfect. That. What's his name? Flint? What's that? Is it not Flint? What is it? Whatever. The chameleon guy that really likes bugs. Yeah. Glad he makes those, that we can commission him for those statues, because it's perfect for Agatha. So moving onwards, north of Kokiri Forest is a very popular Legend of Zelda reoccurring town called Kakariko Village. So in the very center of Kakariko Village is the well, which we are not going to go down. Off to the left of that is a farmer. Kakariko is very much like a farming village, so most of these people, the villagers, are farmers, except for this guy right here. He is the cuckoo, farmer person. They do escape. As you can see, there is one by the well, and so we do have to help him put them back in his yard. But yeah, that is a cuckoo farmer, or whatever they're called. More produce up here, and then if we go west from Kakariko Village, there is, oh my gosh, is this Lon Lon Ranch? There's so many different ranches in the Zelda universe. I don't remember which one this is based off of, but this is the one from Majora's Mask, where you have to, you know, there's an alien invasion. So they're here! The aliens are here! You can see there's like the racetrack for the horses, so that you can race your horses and then you can like win one. I forgot. It's been a while since I played that game, but I remember that part. So, alien invasion and horse track. Moving on, Kakariko Village is actually pretty large, so there actually is a second, not floor, but you know, second level to Kakariko Village. And this is actually the only house that I created specifically for this Hyrule themed island. This is the Skulltula house from Kakariko Village. I think it's in both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask. So this is where the family that is turned into Skulltulas lives. It's in complete shambles, as I remember in the game. I believe in one of the games it's in complete shambles. There's not really much to do in here. I did leave it, like, most of the rooms are pretty empty. The only room that we are going to visit would be the one in the back, just because I do like that it's like a hidden room behind the bookcase. So then if you do actually go to that back hidden room, it's just a little shrine room. That's definitely very inviting to be in. I like to think that it's the shrine of one of the family members who completely turned to a Skulltula and can't be reversed, or maybe they were killed somehow. But yeah, so that's their shrine that we No! Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no, he saw everything. Anyways, moving on. So behind the Skulltula house, there is the grave site. It's nothing, you know, special. It's just kind of, it's a little abandoned. It's not very well taken care of right now. Lots of weeds growing. There is a little secret area in the corner where there's like a gravestone that was moved aside, and there's I guess somebody climbed out of there for probably some kind of connection to an underground tunnel system, who knows. And then next to it is the museum, which I use it as like the Temple of Time, kind of. So it's just kind of like a normal plaza area on the outside. Next to the Temple of Time, if there is the second whatever is like the foothill of Elden Volcano. So this is kind of just like the Elden region. It's not too hot here, but it's pretty hot. There is a Korok puzzle that was done there. And then there was a hidden like cave area entrance there that we blew up earlier, and then that's why that's there. But now it's time to actually go to the Elden Volcano region. But before we do that, we gotta make sure we are properly prepared, because it's super hot there and we just don't want to take damage. So, well, we're gonna put on the red tunic from Ocarina of Time, and maybe Majora's Mask too? Whatever, Ocarina of Time, and then we're safe. So at the very top of Elden Volcano, I have that skeleton right there, that fossil. And that's supposed to represent divine beasts. Oh, gosh, what is it? Rudania, right? Is it Rudania? Please tell me that's the right one. The lizard that climbs around Elden Volcano. Yeah, he's supposed to be that guy. At the very, very, like, left of everything, at the very whatever, there are the springs, the hot springs. So that's there. That's cool. But, I mean, other than that, it's just kind of like a plain area. We're just gonna move on to the beach by Kakariko Village because I haven't gone over that. Not a lot to really go over though. It's a little like, is it Fun Fun Island or something like that from Skyward Sword, and you get shot into the sky. And there's a clown there, so that's what that's supposed to be. And then this Godzilla statue is supposed to represent freaking I hate it so much. What is it? The imprisoned from Skyward Sword? Whatever, the thing that keeps getting reborn and you have to fight it like 3 times. Yeah, that's who he's supposed to be. And then if you keep going north, you're gonna hit the observatory tower from Majora's Mask. And as you can see, he's like looking out into the sky. That's what that's supposed to be. And there is a moon there because Majora's Mask has the moon. the infamous Zelda moon. Creepy face Zelda moon. So that's why there's a big moon there. So we're gonna go out the front of Kakariko Village, and we're gonna go towards like the normal way you would enter through the village. To the very whatever. So next to Kakariko Village, we have 2 different businesses operating. The first one that we're gonna go over is the Milk Bar, which should be opening in a few hours. It doesn't open until 10 p.m. So that's why it's empty right now. So this is where you can go in to get milk. And such other things that the Milk Bar serves. I'm gonna be honest, I only know that they serve milk, but here at my island, there's like other snacks that you can get. And there's a stage right there because we do like to have live performances. One of the most popular bands that performs here is the Indiegogo's. They sing here all the time. And there's a little area right there where you can watch them. I have that little foosball table. Not sure if it fits with the theming, but it's there. And then right across the street or the road is the Lumpy Pumpkin from Skyward Sword. I love the Lumpy Pumpkin. It's Skyward Sword has a special place in my heart, being the first Zelda game I've ever played. So here, this is where you would go to get pumpkin soup. The normal one replenishes your heart, but you can actually pay extra for the fortified pumpkin soup, and then that one more specializes in like raising your defense instead of your hearts. So those are like the 2 most popular options. And then if you look to the very end table, you'll see there's a heart container there. There's a chandelier that was hanging there earlier, but we knocked it down to get that heart container, heart piece, whatever. I still haven't picked it up. It's just there because I just wanted to taunt the Lumpy Pumpkin owner, but we'll pick that up a little later. West of all of this is going to be Castle Town. This is, I'm gonna be honest, not my favorite part of the island, but we're gonna go through it. So obviously the 2 main shops have to be there because it's Castle Town. We have the Happy Mask salesman set up shop there. So I kind of just have a bunch of like masks and hoods and stuff there. And then across from that is going to be Mallow Mart from Twilight Princess. And as you can see, Mallow is sitting on the on the countertop right there, waiting to sell you stuff. And there is the magic armor set right there from Twilight Princess. And to the very north of Castle Town is the castle, which we're not going to go over because it's not actually themed to be anything related to Legend of Zelda. It's just like a normal house. But on the outside, I tried to make it look like a castle, like, you know, layers. I'm really bad with terraforming. I'm really bad with angles and like, it's not angles. What am I trying to think of? Oh my god, I can't think of it. It starts with a P. Whatever. So I tried to make it look like it was a big giant castle. I don't think I did a very good job. Perspective, that's a word. But I did my best. So moving on, we're gonna go to west, right? West, West Hyrule, whatever. And we're gonna go over. This is Lake Hylia, and then the Hylian Bridge, or yeah, Bridge of, is it Hylia Bridge or Hylian, whatever. This was the biggest area that I wanted to fix before making this video. However, it didn't happen. So it's really plain. There's nothing there. It's not special at all. I really wish I would have fixed it, but I had no idea what to do with it. So, and I didn't have enough space. If the island was a little bit bigger, that would have been very helpful, but it wasn't. So it's just a random like giant pond. And then south of the Bridge Hylia, whatever, is Gerudo Desert. And luckily I am a Vi, so I can go on in, no problem. And there are guards. You'll see the guards around the fortress of, it is Gerudo Town, right? It's not Gerudo. I want to say Gerudo so bad. I want to say Gerudo. The villagers who live here are just lady villagers because, right, that's what they have. So Felicity's there, but Dom lives here. I don't think they realize that he's not a Vi, but whatever. We're just gonna let it slide. This is the class, the Voe class. I'm gonna assume you pronounce the E for Voe, but that's the Voe class where you can learn how to like charm them and stuff and how to talk to them. And then underneath that, we're gonna ignore the ocean. That is where you can rent out, that stall is where you can rent out sand seals. And then next to that is the like Stonehenge thing, whatever. That's supposed to be a reference to the 7 heroine statues. And there's the orbs next to them for that puzzle from Breath of the Wild. You go upwards, there's gonna be that little like forest. It's not a forest, some kind of like wood type of area, like dry desert type of wood from Breath of the Wild as well. Again, the ocean is not there. We're not looking at the ocean. And then there's another enemy camp right above that. If you go across Hylia Bridge, or you can go next to it through the passageway, you do gotta be careful if you're going up the normal passage, just because there are a lot of enemy camps through there. But once you pass that, you'll start coming across some of like the tablets with the Zora history on that. That's when you know you're like safe to go, that you're pretty much at Zora's domain. So at Zora's domain, again, this is another big area with not a lot there. I wanted to fix this area before making the video, but again, not going through that. I used a lot of the ice furniture type of stuff just because I felt like it fit with the theme. Just pretend it's not ice and that it's just like really fancy looking stuff like stone. Yeah, it's kind of based off of the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom a little bit with the material. But yeah, the only people who live there are the squid characters. So yeah, and then next to Zora's domain is the Great Fairy Fountain. It's just one of them that they hid way back there to hide from Ganon. And then I didn't really go over it, but like underneath Castle Town where the main, the town hall is there, there's not really anything to go over, just wanted to show you that it was there. And then the very last part, I didn't want to show you how to get there because it is a secret, but if you go through a secret passage, there is the Lost Woods where you will come across the Sacred Sword, which is guarded by the Great Deku Tree, so that was there. But yeah, that was my Hyrule-inspired tour. Again, I know I'm not very great with like the terraforming and stuff like that, but it was just a little passion project I had, and I just really wanted to finally have it documented out there. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I don't know.